Hello, everybody, and welcome to Lee and Hayley Overtime.
Yes.
It's the podcast.
Oh my gosh, it's the podcast.
Which is brought to you by Shun Lee, the Chinese restaurant that has set the world on fire.
Oh my gosh.
Right in the heart of Lexington, Kentucky, off of Woodland Avenue. Fantastic Chinese cuisine. It's upscale and it's beautiful. The place is wonderful. You can make reservations 859-309-0305. It's all your favorite classic dishes. Mm-hmm. You will not stop raving about the spring rolls.
Oh, the spring rolls are fantastic.
And also the wonton soup.
The wonton soup is what I can't stop talking about. Best
That's
wonton soup
right.
I've ever had.
Yeah.
Oh, so delicious. Go check them out and tell them Lee and Hayley sent you. And thank you to our friends at Shun Lee for sponsoring today's podcast.
Matter of fact, we will be headed that way to do the podcast from location soon. Also, their sister restaurant, Damiano, we're going to be doing it from there too next
Love
week,
it.
I believe.
Perfect.
Yeah, next week.
Okie dokie.
All right. So how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. You're very casual today.
Well, we didn't have to film in studio today. And so I was like, this is my podcast vibes.
Your hair's pulled back. You got a Taylor Swift shirt on and granny panties that you're trying to sell as athleisure wear.
No, they're athletic shorts, Lee.
Yeah.
Are you trying to lead the podcast audience or listeners that can't see us here on the video version, Kentucky Sports Radio's YouTube channel video version, which they can't see my shorts either because I'm sitting at a table. I have on Nike athletic shorts, okay, guys? Why would you make everyone believe that I'm sitting here in a Taylor Swift t-shirt and granny panties?
Because they look like granny
That's how I
panties.
like to be casual. What kind of granny panties have you been exposed to? These are shorts.
My grandmother's.
She wore shorts panties?
No, they were just big bloomers.
Oh, I know what you're, where there's some air between the skin and the, yeah, okay. Okay. Well, no, these are Nike shorts that have like the built-in underwear.
But the young girls don't wear that. The young girls wear the bike shorts.
I have plenty of bike shorts. I wear them all the time.
No, I don't know about that.
And thank you for that backhanded slam. The young girls wear the bike shorts. I wear bike shorts and regular shorts.
You're a more mature lady.
I'm an elder millennial.
Yeah.
No, I wear bike shorts all the time. But sometimes I'm just not in the mood to wear something restrictive. I want to wear something a little loosey-goosey. So I pull out my old standby. Not the Nike.
I do that, but that's called commando.
Oh.
If I want to be loosey-goosey.
Yeah. These are not the Norts of olden days, as we used to call them, the classic
Nort?
Nike shorts. I can't remember the exact style number, but you guys know. I was in college from 06 to 2010. We wore the Nike shorts with a long T-shirt to where you kind of couldn't even tell you had on shorts.
I told you the story of my first biker
These are the
shorts.
updated version. I can't remember what they're called, but they're a new Nike short.
The very first biker shorts I got were given to me by my girlfriend's mother. Remember this story?
That's right. What was the deal? You hadn't, yeah.
She gave, they were red. I remember that. And I'm
And
like,
were you biking at the time?
no.
Oh.
And I'm like, thank you. It's like when they first came out.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I got to wear these, I guess.
Oh, dear.
And so I went to go pick her up. But I didn't know you wore big shorts over top. I mean, you talk about, I might as well wore nothing.
Yeah, it was like an anatomy class.
Yes.
Yeah, they could see
I mean,
everything.
You know what religion you are.
Well, people that are serious bikers wear them with nothing on top of them. But if you're just wearing them, in the community.
And I was going to pick up their daughter.
Oh.
And they're looking at me like, well, there he is.
There he is.
Yep. Nothing
Honey, you
left,
got to be with him. He looks fertile.
left to the imagination there.
Oh, my God.
And I didn't realize that until I was sort of walking up to the door.
How did you not
I
realize?
put
You
them
don't look
on,
in the
I thought,
mirror?
Well, these are weird feeling, but they felt good.
What
And I'm
top
like,
did you have on?
I don't know. It could have been, I don't know.
Surely like a T-shirt or something.
It was a T-shirt.
It was a dress shirt. I wore a button up.
And tie.
And tucked in.
No, I think it could have been a tank top.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
I dated a guy one time. He's a lovely, lovely human, but he wore tank tops in the summer as kind of a joke. And they had ridiculous, like, pro-America sayings on them. Like, it would be like, red, white, and blue. Baby. And it was just kind of a funny joke. Because the first time I saw him wear one, I was like, no offense. If you're a tank top guy, go for it. I'm not attracted to that. It's not my thing. So the first time he put one on, I was like, what? Things are going so well. And then he was like, aren't these hilarious? And I was like, oh, thank God.
No, he was doing it.
He was doing it ironically. Like he and his buddies had bought them for like some event or something. And then he'd wear them only when they were around. And it was very funny.
Speaking of ironically, I have one tank top in my entire wardrobe collection.
One too many.
And you bought it for me.
Oh, it had to be for an on a budget piece for this show. I would never buy.
I remember you had tears in your eyes when you handed it over. Will you please wear this?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's that neon green or neon yellow,
Yes,
whatever it is.
it's like a neon yellow workout tank from Walmart that I had to buy on one of our On a Budget pieces.
Yeah.
It had to go with the costume I was
But
creating.
I've actually worn that.
Because it's not a tight tank top.
No,
it's more
it's
like a
not tight.
sleeveless tee.
Yeah.
It's not like a tank top where it's like, skinny little things that go over your shoulders.
Well,
it's
I
like
don't have the body to pull that off.
What, you got fat upper arms?
No, the arms are. I'm proud of myself. Nipples up.
Yes, you've said this before.
That's
Nipples
in my book.
Up,
Nipples up.
And then lower as well, right? Like
Past the waistline, yes, everything
Yeah.
is fine.
Yeah.
It's just that midsection
that's
that
what
is
gets you.
hideous.
And not just you, everybody. That's
And
where
I don't just
everybody
mean-
gains weight.
So I've done some dumb things in my life, and I think that has affected me. I don't mean just because I'm lazy, I don't eat right, and I lay around.
Yeah.
Of course, that hurts.
Sure.
But there have been
What's the other
there have
thing?
been procedures I've done on the down low.
Oh.
Chemical injections, the sculpting,
Mm-hmm.
the all of that, which killed fat cells, supposedly. And so the body will find a place to store it.
Right.
Well, I think it's finding places to store it that are unnatural. So instead
Yeah.
of having a massive belly, like your technical, like you see a guy who drinks too much beer and he's got
They always call that a beer gut, where all the fat is
my
centralized.
fat, because I've killed those cells, has gone around to the back.
Love handles.
Yeah, but the handles are really near the back.
Oh. So
not
it's
just
not so
on the
much a love
side.
handle on the side. It's like a
Back fat,
back fat.
which is delicious.
Oh my gosh.
On a pig.
So good. The seasoning, if you can get it on there. Yeah, you know what? I read an interview with Mila Kunis one time. And
Brilliant.
she was talking.
Was this in NASA? What was this? NASA Today? Was it in, where was it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you wanted to talk about something highbrow like back fat.
All right.
Are you really going to make fun of me when I'm expanding on the topic you brought up?
When someone says, I read a piece,
I didn't say I read a piece. I said I read an interview.
you're
I'm
gonna
sure it was in
say
a magazine at the checkout at the grocery
Carl
store.
Sagan or something, Jordan Peterson. I didn't know
I
you were
said
gonna
I
say
read an
Mila
interview.
Kunis. Oh, an interview.
Celebrities are interviewed in magazines. You know what? Forget it.
What'd she say?
No, I don't care.
I like her.
No, you don't.
I do like her.
I don't care.
I don't see what she sees in what's his face, Ashton.
Yeah. They really went down in popularity during the whole
Yeah, their buddy.
Masterson thing.
But that's a tough position.
Okay, let's not talk about this.
No. Let's say you have a good friend who does something hideous. Because I've had that happen to me. I had a friend who did something hideous, and then you're kind of like, well, obviously I'm
Something
not,
you would have never thought they did.
right.
And you're like, but no, they're a good guy.
And then,
but clearly they were hiding something from you and everyone else.
right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't negate all the good things that happen with you and your friend. So what do you do?
You're on your own, buddy. Sorry. I still appreciated the time we had together, but you committed a horrible crime, and that's on you,
and
and
they-
has nothing to do with me.
No, you're right, and they should be punished for that.
Correct.
Yeah.
These people that ask for leniency for someone like, but he was so good otherwise.
Well, yeah.
Well, we don't care.
Well, that's the mistake they made, where they injected themselves into the situation.
If you don't know what we're talking about, they got in big trouble for writing like a character, like during sentencing for Danny Masterson after he got convicted of multiple rapes, and is now in prison for 30 years.
Right.
During the sentencing phase, them along with several other people in the Hollywood community and the Scientology community wrote these letters like asking the judge for leniency during sentencing because I've never known him to be anything but a wonderful man. It's like, yeah, that's fine. You have only known that because he was hiding this from you. I doubt he was, telling you about his little rapes every time that he talked to you.
Well, and so, but the judge, it didn't influence the judge in any way.
No,
shape,
because
or
I don't
form.
know why people think it's going to. Anytime someone asks for leniency,
Yeah.
I'm like, it doesn't change what happened.
Well, that's where they screwed up. But what I'm saying is there's still no reason not to visit the guy in prison.
That's fine, but you
Or
look like
support
you
him.
are basically like to the women who got raped, like, yeah, sorry, we don't care about that. We only care that he's our friend. Like, you just look like idiots. Go see him and accept that he made mistakes, like a lot of people, really big ones, that affected other people physically, emotionally, and
Well,
not
maybe
good.
they
But
could
to
do
put
that. I don't
themselves
know.
in these notes and saying, like,
Well, that's
leniency.
what I just said. Why get
Yeah, that was-
involved in the punishment? That's not your purview. Don't take away the pain from the people. Yeah. What I'm saying is you could still be a friend and go visit the guy in prison.
Go ahead.
And help him in other ways
Yeah.
that it doesn't have to do with the crime he committed.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
But not
there-
discounting what the victims went through.
I'm not discounting that. What I'm saying is there are people that just will throw them away altogether. And to me, that's not Christian. You know, thank God.
Well-
I'm not thrown away.
Well, but true, absolutely true. But then for me, sometimes I could see that side. Like I watched this is one of the biggest cases, the O.J. Simpson documentary, the ESPN 30 for 30. I watched it just a few weeks ago. And some of the friends that, like, when he was in prison or when all that was going on were kind of like, they felt just as misled as everyone else. It's like, at that point, why do you want to go see them? Because it's like, I actually don't know this person.
Right.
If they were doing these criminal acts,
Where you killed
they
a guy.
weren't really a friend.
You killed two people.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. I mean, that takes a big, gracious heart.
But I think it's
And
you're
you're
going to
right.
go in there with
I
different
don't-
eyes of like,
I don't know if I have
you're
that.
not the person I thought you were.
No. But again,
And I don't necessarily know that I want someone like this in my life.
Well, he's
and I
not-
don't owe
he's
you
not-
anything.
Well, I guess in OJ's case, he could be in your life because he's free.
Yeah.
He got away with
But when he went to prison for the other stuff too, he was in jail for like 10 years.
it. Yeah.
But the Danny Masterson thing or anything like that, I think it would be I can't, obviously, Lee and I can't speak with 100% certainty on what we would do until you're in a certain situation. And that goes for everything across the board in life. But I think if it was something so severe and horrific like what he did, yeah, everybody makes mistakes, but it's like, I would just be like, for me, I think, again, don't know from experience, but I think I would just be like, yeah, I don't know you. And you were doing these things and being my friend. Yeah, I'm sorry.
But you're classifying this because you're saying I don't know you, so that means you really weren't that close of a friend anyway. So yeah, if it's somebody in my auxiliary that I'm friendly with, but I don't do day to day. For instance,
They were like really good friends.
It's you. Let's say it's you. You commit a horrendous crime I don't know about. Oh. First of all, I'm going to be upset. Why didn't you let me in on it?
Oh, gross. He's obviously not talking about this type of crimes.
Well, not his crime. I'm just
Okay.
saying
I was
whatever
like-
the crime you're committed. I don't know what you've done, but you've done something bad.
Like financial crimes?
Okay, let's make it
See,
white
that's
collar.
totally different.
You rip somebody off.
See, I don't think we can talk in the terms that you're wanting to.
It was an orphanage. Way to go, Hayley.
Right, okay. Yikes.
There
Anyway.
was no Christmas because of the kids.
Anyway.
So that's what I mean.
Sure.
If it's you and I,
If it's a lighter crime, that's not rape or murder.
Okay, well, all right. But I don't know why you killed the guy, though, if you killed a guy. I got to find out. I'm not going to just throw you away until I figure out why did you do that.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's your position, and that's great. Mine, I
But
think
if you hear that, see, this is why you got to watch The Fall Guy. If you hear that I've killed somebody, I'm done. You just heard it on the news. You're not going to hear it from my mouth.
Oh my gosh, you love to speak in sweeping generalizations. No,
I just
Lee,
gave you a specific example.
No, you said I killed a guy. Obviously, I'd need to find out what happened. You think everybody that was like,
But it's not my story. If you're just listening to whoever is doing the prosecution.
no, I'd figure out what happened. If you were a secret serial rapist or murderer, I'd be like, oh, yikes. Yeah, if it was a one-off and it was self-defense and you're like, he was assault, that's different. Whatever. Anyway, let's move on to something lighter. Wouldn't
This
you
is
have
what
loved
happens-
if you hadn't slammed me for no reason? I could have just said the Mila Kunis interview thing. We could have just been on a lighter topic. But you've led us into prison.
This is what happens when Bridget's not here. Bridget wanted the day off, and this is what happens.
I actually think we handled this quite well. If we got into some scary territory, Bridget would have
Bridget would have
materialized.
come in here and given me the throat slash sign.
No, I think we're fine. Yeah, Bridget is she's like, guys, you're getting into some bad territory. I think we're good here. We stayed on the fringes. We're fine. And our basic summation here is you don't know until you live it. If a friend of yours is committing crimes behind your back that you don't know about, it's going to be up to you to figure out what exactly happened and if you want to have a relationship with them or not. And if you do, fine. If you don't, fine.
Right.
It's going to be up to you. And if it affects you negatively.
Right.
There we go.
Because there are people that'll dump a friend over politics. I've seen that, which is stupid.
Yeah. What do you
Because,
Just for having differing views. Yeah.
yeah, because there are a couple of, both sides are guilty of it, one more than the other as far as dehumanizing people and saying, well, just because you have that certain set of beliefs or political leanings, you're now non-human. It's like, well, you had a great relationship with them. That's the thing I do like about, my relationship with Matt Jones, the European traveler,
Yes.
is that we're different,
Yeah.
but we get along great.
Yeah, you just accept you have differing views on things. Yeah, I have a very close friend who we have extremely different political views. We just really don't talk about it. We just accept that's his thing, that's my thing. And, the majority of our friend group is on the other side. And it's like, we just don't talk about it. Or if it ever comes up, it just kind of jokey. We're like, oh, no, let's not even talk about this. And I think that's kind of how you have to
But
be.
it should be because it's only really, 2% of your life?
Yeah,
The other 98% is real.
exactly.
Not fighting over what a couple of idiots in Washington are doing.
Anyway, so I was reading from a medical journal that Mila Kunis was quoted in.
Can't wait to hear it.
No, so when she lost, I'll just tell you, when she was in the Academy Award-winning film Black Swan. Remember, Natalie Portman won Best Actress, the Oscar that year. And Mila Kunis was in that film as well as a ballerina, and she had to lose a lot of weight because there was some eating disorder, trigger warning, content in that film. And she had to lose a lot of weight for her role. And she said when she gained it all back, she was amazed. It did not go back to the locations where she lost it.
Really?
When she gained it back, it went to new locations where she was like, what is this? It didn't just come back and go where it had been before.
Right.
Like, I can't remember exactly where she said, I think it went to her stomach and her butt when normally it had been kind of evenly, or, she never gained it back in her boobs where she wanted to, something funny. But yeah, so it is interesting. Fat distribution. It's how does the human body, how does it decide, we got vacancy up here in the love handles?
I don't know why it does. My theory for me, though, is like I told you earlier, is because I killed fat cells.
Yeah.
But, for me, when I lose weight, I don't know if it's for you too, if I do lose weight, the first place I lose it is in my face, which is the last place I want to lose it.
Oh, yeah,
Then
sure.
the body comes after. So
Yeah.
everybody thinks, are you sick? No, I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
But look at me, looking on the tear. Look at it, 5 days. Will you look over here?
Oh my gosh, look at me. 18,000 steps yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Well, my car got towed.
Oh, you hate to see it. Oh, you hate to see it.
That was
man.
8.4 miles. Our photographer knew us, said he passed me.
Oh.
He goes, almost text you because there was this hot girl behind you. I passed that hot girl.
Okay.
And she was wearing a towel. She had a swimsuit underneath.
Oh.
And I'm thought, what's that? But there was a
There is a community pool nearby.
Yeah, over there. And so, but she's walking too slow, and she's yelling at her friend in a tone. I'm listening to music, so I can't really hear what she's saying. But when I walked around her, then she said the phrase, "I feel vulnerable," which kind of irritated me. Like, okay. Like I'm a predator or something.
Lee, it may not have had anything to do with you. She probably was just saying, here I am in public walking in a towel, which is a weird thing.
Well, I don't know if the girl moved the car or whatever, the friend she was yelling at, who was fully clothed. I don't know what's happening.
One time I got in a wreck. I was in high school, and my friend and I gone to the wave pool in Nashville. My friend, coincidentally, also named Hayley. We gone to the wave pool, and we left, and when we got back in my car, we were just in our bikinis, and a guy rear-ended us on the interstate. So we get out on the side of the interstate in our bathing suits.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh.
How many more accidents were there?
Oh my God, so many. No, really. And now when I think back, I was just so innocent. I didn't think oh, let me put my cover up back on. I think we were just drying our suits. I don't even know. So we get out and he says, basically what had happened is the person in front of me stopped quickly. So then I stopped. Well, then he just didn't notice. So we really just kind of tapped. We were going slow. We were on the interstate very slow. But he tapped us and we get out. And I was like, oh my gosh, we're so sorry. That sucks. That happened. He was like, oh, it's all good. Hey, no problem. And he said, he was like, running into y'all's best things happened to me today.
Yeah.
And then we both realized we're 17-year-olds in bikinis. Yeah. So anyway, but no real damage or anything like that. So we both just left. But
no. So you didn't have to call the cops.
No, we didn't. I mean, my car was totally fine. And his, I think, had a little damage. But he was like, whatever. It was worth it, baby girls. He was in a huge truck, like a Dodge. Probably had a Hemi in it. So I get what she's saying. It is weird to be in a bathing suit in public, even with a towel on. It's like you feel out of place. It's like everyone knows.
Yeah, but she could have waited till I was out of earshot.
Well, I don't think it was about you.
Why time it to when I'm walking by her?
She wasn't talking to you.
She said it loud enough for me to hear. She could have went back and said, I feel vulnerable because that creep just
Where was the
walked
other
by me.
girl?
5 paces behind her.
Maybe she didn't even know you were
Like
there.
she was angry walking. She was angry walking
Oh,
past
she's mad, saying, I can't believe we're having to walk.
Yeah, whatever
like this.
happened. I don't know what happened. So now I'm passing her, and then she sees me. Then she yells, and I feel vulnerable. Like, and I just like, oh, really?
Yeah. She probably just was using you as ammo to yell at her friend. Like, and see, decent people in this community are seeing me in my towel.
I don't know if she thought I was decent or not.
Well, she felt indecent. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, yeah, so you've gotten lots of steps in. That's great.
I have not noticed
you're just going to lose
difference.
Oh, really?
In any way, shape, or form.
What if this time you only lose weight and it's just in your fingers? Your fingers just get so
Well, that'd be
live.
great because you say I have fat hands all the time.
I don't say that all the time. What are you talking? I think I've said it like once.
Look at my hands and go, oh, you're bloated or a lot of salt or something.
I can always, your hands do, I get it too. It's called sodium bloat. When I've had too much sodium, the next day when I put my rings on, I'm like, oh, God. Or when it's hot outside, you know how it is. And you walk all the time. That's probably part of it. But also you consume a lot of salt.
I just ate an entire roasted chicken with a salt shaker.
See, so you're probably going to get the fat fingers.
But you always say that. I've never heard you once compliment me on my fingers. You've never go, oh, your fingers look good today.
Okay, you know what? I'll start trying to do that.
All right.
I'll start trying to do that. Sorry, I'm keeping notes of what we're talking about here. As I'm the one who has to do. I have to write our synopsis.
I'm the one who posted.
Good on you.
With the little ad with our sponsor, Shun-Li. I'm the one who does all of that.
Proud of you. You do that with your
But you don't hear me say it.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for posting that. And with such thin fingers. The typing those little talons
Sarcasm doesn't count as a compliment.
Okay. Sorry about it. Okay. Well, let's chitty chat about the show. We host the Lee and Hayley Show. In case you don't know, check your local listings. We are in Bowling Green and Lexington, Kentucky. We are in Columbus, Mississippi, Biloxi, Gulfport, Mississippi, and Macon, Georgia. Yeah. Yes.
We did the rail bikes.
Oh my gosh, guys, that's a piece you're going to see soon on the show. And go there if you have the chance. They have locations across the country. We went to the location in Versailles, Kentucky. It is called Rail Explorers. Go to railexplorers.net. Basically, it is I don't know if it's decommissioned. It is a railroad track that used to be used all the time, but it is, no longer in professional use.
Is that High Bridge or High Point?
It connects to Young's High Bridge. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is non-operational. So
so maybe that
trains on that track.
Yeah. So it is a non-operational section of a previously used commercial railroad track. But they've got these rail bikes on there that are made from railroad grade equipment. Mm-hmm. And it basically looks like if you took like the chassis of a golf cart and placed it onto the chassis of a 4-seater, like what are those things you can drive in the desert?
Dune buggy.
Dune buggy. If you took that part of the dune buggy and just set it on a railroad track. Yeah. So there's 4 seats or 2 seats and you pedal, but you don't have to pedal the whole time. You pedal just to get these, they have these batteries on them. So then it really cruises. It is so fun. You go down the track and you just get to view gorgeous farmland.
It was fun. We had a good time.
Yeah. And then you get there at Young's High Bridge, which was built the same year as the Eiffel Tower.
With the same technology.
Yeah. Highly recommend it. Thank you to our friends at Rail Explorers for having us out. We had such a fun day, and it was packed. I don't know how many cars they have, but I bet, what do you think there were? Like 60 people in our group?
Yeah. Maybe more.
It was really fun.
Although I will say, you're in a seat, and then your legs are extended, and you pedal that way.
Yeah.
About the turnaround point, my right guy started to hurt. And I may have been wearing the wrong type of boxer brief or something.
Oh,
but that guy.
You began to get a little uncomfortable.
I was like,
you should have worn those bike shorts your ex-girlfriend's mom gave you.
Wish I had.
They would have held things in a proper position.
Yeah, I was like, ow. I felt like I was punishing myself for some reason.
Okay, I thought you meant, because I remember halfway on the thing you were like, my right is hurting. And I thought you meant your right thigh the whole time.
No.
Like your quad muscle.
No.
And I was like, oh, well, pedal a little differently.
No.
Oh, you meant the right.
Mm-hmm. And I walked funny back to the barn.
Sure.
It was better the next day, but I was like, what is that about?
What is going on?
Yeah.
Yikes. Did you have to ice it or something?
I did a series of routine exercises to help out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for this. We appreciate it. No clue what you're saying, but we love it. Whatever you did. Whatever kind of therapy.
Be shrouded in mystery.
Do you?
Yes.
Lee just did a sweeping hand motion over his private area as he said, I'd like to be shrouded in mystery.
I was moving the headphone cable.
I'm sorry. I thought you were like, I like to be shrouded in mystery.
I was not doing that.
That's why you didn't like those bike shorts, because the mystery was gone.
Yeah, that certainly was.
Yeah. That's one reason I don't like. I'll see really, I feel like those bike shorts, if I wear the bike shorts you talked about that young girls wear, I have to wear a big t-shirt with them, or a t-shirt that covers the private zone, because I feel exposed and vulnerable. Like I'll see really cute, and really I think it only works on, I don't know, certain body types, and where I'll see cute girls wearing bike shorts and like
go to Walmart,
a short top, or bike shorts and a crop top.
And you'll see every body type.
Oh, good.
Wearing those.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everyone is beautiful.
That's
in
right.
my eye, here at Hanging House.
All God's children.
Welcome to Hanging House. Everyone is equal in my eye.
Oh my gosh. Love it. Love it. So we did Rail Explorers. We're also going to visit a bison farm. So.
Love the buffalo.
Love the buffalo.
What a majestic American animal.
Yes.
My goodness. We should be proud of those
Purple
guys.
tongues.
That could have been, we weren't quite that far west yet to really appreciate them, but that could have easily been our mascot as opposed to the bald eagle. You know, Ben Franklin wanted the turkey.
Ben.
But we settled on the bald eagle.
Which is pretty darn
But if we were a little more advanced west, it'd be a hard argument not to make that thing the American symbol.
Yeah.
Unbelievable dexterity,
yeah.
crazy power.
Oh, yeah.
And a social structure that is almost heartbreaking. The way elephants look at each other, and we know that they are really advanced socially, buffalo are the same.
Yeah. Hate to be left out. They're very cliquish.
Yeah, they are. And beautiful.
I feel like I'm always lying to myself that I've seen a bald eagle. Like I've seen them, but sometimes, anytime there's a big bird in the sky, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a bald eagle. And then I'm like, no, it's a hawk.
I think I've held one.
In my bedroom.
Yes.
Emotionally.
I did. It was my emotional support animal. Took it on a plane
Please
with me.
go to an airport and have an emotional support American bald eagle.
Wearing the big thick glove.
Wearing the big glove. Hi,
Yeah.
guys. This is Terrence.
Yeah. It's Sam, actually.
Oh, okay. Sure.
By the way, I watched, and we'll talk about it in the weekend watch list,
Won't we?
Jim Henson,
Yes.
an idea man. Ron Howard directed it. And I love, one of his characters is underrated, is Sam the Eagle.
Yeah.
He's an over-the-top patriot.
I was like, what's over top?
He's hilarious. If anybody's been to Disney at I should say Disney Studios, and watched the Muppets in 3D, to me, he steals the show.
Yeah.
You know? He's like, because they've got all these nations represented, and they go, Sam, you got 3 minutes. He goes, great. I've got you're on deck. He goes, great. I've got a 40-minute piece about America and its greatness, and he goes, and some of the other nations. But then Kermit says, you got 2 minutes. And he's frustrated about it. I just love that guy.
Yeah. Oh, and what's it called?
Muppets 3D?
Muppets 3D.
Adventure, I believe.
Oh,
Miss Piggy's great.
oh, I love her.
That was voiced by Frank Oz. So Jim Henson, meets this guy, young guy, who also, they're sort of weirdos because they're puppeteers.
Yeah,
Right?
they're cool now because it really took off. But otherwise, back then, if you met him in the olden days, you'd be like, okay.
But the thing that made...
Tell us about your new boyfriend. He's into
puppets. Yeah. Well, that's how he met his wife. She was doing it too.
Oh, good.
But the thing that really made him successful, it was his drive and ambition. This guy was, had more energy than he could expend.
Yeah.
It just there was not enough time in the day for all of his ideas that he had.
Yeah.
And some of them hit, some of them didn't. And you don't know about people. You just see, oh, look, he's on the magazine. He's on Life magazine. He's on Time magazine. He's the headline in the New York Times. You don't see the thousands of failures the guy had.
Yeah.
Where he was kicked out of a room. He had a pitch for the Muppet Show on CBS. And they showed the pitch, the tape they made.
Yeah.
Great.
Amazing.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
If I'm an executive, I go, yes.
Let's do it.
This guy just killed it on Sesame Street. Let's give him a show.
Yeah.
No, they passed on it. So this guy over in London, this
London,
impresario, says, I'll give you what you want. And you come over here and we'll sell it to individual stations, syndication. And so he flies to London and they create the Muppet Show with Frank Oz and all the people that he had doing Sesame Street. Because, Frank and Jim are the voices of Bert and Ernie.
right?
You remember those guys?
Of course, I remember those guys.
He invented Big Bird. He invented that suit. It's played by a dude.
Yeah.
And he walks around with his right arm in the air.
Yeah.
And he's slumped over the whole time.
Yeah.
They all have microphones that are attached to their mouth. But
Yeah.
that's how Big Bird operates.
Wow.
But they go over there and it becomes a hit when they start selling it to stations. And now the networks are like, oh boy, we screwed that up.
Yeah.
You should have gave him a shot.
Yeah, you should have gave him a shot.
Then he ends up selling it to Disney.
Yeah. What a mistake that was.
Died way too soon.
Oh.
Age 55 of
He was only 55?
bacterial infection.
Oh my gosh. I did not know that at all.
You know what I thought of as soon as I saw that?
What?
I thought I was dying of a bacterial infection. And I had one shot to live. And I couldn't move. And I said, I told you, will
Yes.
you bring the antibiotics to my house?
Yes.
You got your hair done. You went to eat. You had cocktails. And then eventually you ended up at my place with the life-saving medicine.
Huh. I do remember I was in the middle of my day and you said, hey, some medicine is ready for me. Pick it up. There was no sense of urgency. You did not say,
I didn't have
this
the
is it.
energy.
I'm sorry.
To tell you
I
that.
do remember this day. This was a while ago now. And I do remember getting it, though, and bringing it. And I do remember when I saw you, I was like, oh. Because normally I would have left it outside, the old Nikita trick. Let me leave it outside. And you were like, no.
I can't
Bring
make
it
it
in. Bring it to me
downstairs.
on the couch. So I have to go in Lee's house. I mean, literally, it was like, I thought you were in a casket, actually. I didn't realize it was a couch. You looked so bad. And I do remember realizing, like,
About 24
Oh.
hours before that, I realized I'm in a fight for my life. And
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating.
see,
I
you
know
didn't
you
share
think
that
I
with
know
me
you
when you
think
said,
I-
hey, pick up my medicine. I just thought it was like, oh, my prescription's ready. I don't feel good.
I know you think I overplay everything, but this is the truth. I'm like, this doesn't feel right at all. It's not just I got a cold or something is trying to literally kill me.
Yeah.
I could feel every system starting to shut down.
Why didn't you say that? You just
It
said
wouldn't have made a difference.
It would have. I would have still had to get my hair done because I can't miss that appointment. But I would have not have gone to eat or had a cocktail. I would have come right over, opened up your gullet, and shoved the big horse pills down. I do remember, when I saw you, I was like, oh, I think I even chastised you then. Like, why didn't you tell me that you were this sick? Why didn't you get the medicine sooner?
Because I'm a man and we don't do that. We die with dignity.
But didn't you say, like, after I left, I think you told, I checked on you a few hours later. I was like, you all right? And you said, like, you could almost feel the medicine working.
Yeah.
Like, didn't it right after you took
Yeah,
it, all of
it
a sudden,
was-
it was like dispatching infantry throughout your body
Right.
to fight the forces?
It started doing its antibiotic thing and killing the bacteria. that was
Antibiotics.
trying to
Round
kill
of
me.
applause
Yeah.
for antibiotics, I tell
Well,
you.
the problem is doctors don't, and it's our fault too because we're not educated. So people will push their doctor to give them, I need an antibiotic. They don't even need it. They just have a virus. And not just a virus. A virus can kill you as well. But it's not what they need.
Yeah.
But then the antibiotic becomes less, what's the word I'm looking for?
Effective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then eventually because the bacteria can build immunity to it. And the next thing you know, that doesn't work. They got to keep coming up with new compounds.
This has been Medical Minute. Lee, we're glad you're here. We
Yeah.
don't need you to Jim Henson on us.
I'm
Jim
not quite
Henson,
that old
rest in
yet.
peace. I can't believe
I'm not.
that's true.
Thank you.
That is true. Will only be true for a few more months.
Why?
But right now,
why
at the
does that
time
give
of this
you such joy?
Because I think it's so funny that you had to make that point as if you want the viewers to think like that's moons away.
Why do you care what I want them to think?
Because you're lying.
That
is tragic. I did not realize. Out me on what?
Oh, you're evil. If people knew you, they would go, oh my God, he's working with Darth Vader.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. You went to the Jedi Temple and
I did.
slayed the younglings.
I did a weekend there. It was so fun. Oh my gosh.
You thought it was a spa.
Yeah. But anyway, I did not know that about him. Only 55. The older I get, when I was a kid, I did not grasp age really. Anyone over like, I thought someone that was 17 was really old. Like when I was a kid. So to hear 55, 65, whatever, it was like, oh gosh, what was their time to go? Now as I'm an older person, I'm like, 55 is so young. You hear, or I'll hear of like my friends' parents dying in like their 60s or something. And I'm like,
too soon.
Oh my gosh. Like that's so young. Even now, someone in their 70s is so young to me.
I think 100 is young.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, really, it's like that. And you're gone because, you know, your soul and spirit still wants to do all the things you could do when you were a kid. Mm-hmm. But it's taken from you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always too soon.
Yeah. I do hope to have the longevity that both that I have on both sides of my family, specifically in females. My paternal grandmother passed away at 96 years old.
Well, when you
just
do
2 or
that,
3 years ago, and then my maternal grandmother, who is the only grandparent I have left, she turns 90 in a few days. And so I'm like, if I'm anything like either like the, you know, matriarchs on both sides of my family, I hope to live as long.
I hope you do as well. And when that happens, I will grieve tremendously.
Will.
I will miss you like you won't
Yes. Oh my gosh. And
when you die at a young 98 years old,
Yeah.
it's going to kill me.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to kill me.
It's going to kill you, but not actually kill you. Kill
No,
you emotionally,
no,
but you'll hear it on the golf course. You'll get the call.
Well, that's like my favorite joke. As we're on the first tee and your procession moves by, I'll take my hat off.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And they'll say, wow, that's really respectful.
That is so
And then
nice.
I'll go, well, that was Hayley.
Yeah, sure.
What?
What? You'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
gone too
I thought
soon.
you were just being nice to a stranger.
Yeah,
oh,
sure.
that was Hayley.
Yeah. So if I died at 96, then you would be
What, 105
and
or something?
15.
115. Sure, I could do that.
I hope you live to be 115. I hope you are alive when I die. And it's because you didn't bring me the medicine in time.
See, that that's not the way I am. You go, I got a hangnail, and I'm doing 110 to wherever you are.
Only
And
so
now-
you
and-
can say, like, I'm saved.
Quit saying that. Stop that. That's not because I'm not saying it's a good thing I'm that way, by the way.
Yeah, because it's
It's
not
not.
just me. You do that to anyone, you're like,
True.
must care for every human I know.
Right.
Which is nice, but it's a little much.
It's not much.
It's selfish.
It's selfish.
You are into selfish giving.
Yeah.
So,
No,
That's your
I'm
thing.
just hardwired that way because I had to.
yeah.
As a big
Because of
brother.
childhood big T trauma.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big T.
Big T trauma. Capital
Yeah, so
T.
now I have to take care of people.
Yeah.
And boy, do
Is
you,
there anyone on this earth who doesn't
you
have
take
childhood trauma?
advantage of that too.
I most certainly do not.
Oh my God.
Nay, go ahead. When?
You know you do.
When?
You know I let you get away with a lot of stuff that you would never let me get away with.
Like what?
If I said to you, let me think about this.
Okay.
Because
Well, it takes a minute to come up with a lie. So
no,
go
it's
ahead.
not a lie.
Take your time. Craft
because
it.
the scenario I was going to give, like, I don't feel good, I don't want to work, that is okay with you because you don't ever want to work. So that's not really fair. That's not a good assessment. I got to come up with
I don't not ever want to work.
I got to come up with
No,
a
I
better
guess that's
scenario.
true.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, who does? Who wants to work?
But this isn't work. Not in the sense of a canning plant.
I do like delays, and so that's my problem. Is I like
Right.
delays.
So yeah, you will.
I like to work
let
with
me
like
off the hook.
4-hour breaks in between. It really kills me if I have to do a solid 8-hour workday.
I'll give you a scenario.
right.
Let's say one of us had to play nursemaid for the other one. Like I had to like
Stop.
Okay,
That's
it's-
weird.
No,
Why
it's not. No, in order for us to have a successful work day,
Okay.
I need my bandages changed. Would you do it? No.
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 What is the
And
injury?
I would do it for you.
What
in
is
a
your
heartbeat.
injury? So you have some sort of wound that needs the dressing changed.
Yes.
I would hire a nurse to do it for you.
You're going to hire the nurse.
Yes, I'm not doing it,
Well, I get to
Lee.
choose her,
Because
though.
I don't think my own throw up on your wound is going to help.
You're not going to throw up.
You
just
yeah,
won't do it.
because I'll be sick. Why do you want me to be sick to prove my friendship?
Okay, what about if it's not a bandage? What if it's just a prop up of a pillow?
I would definitely do that. I could prop your pillow.
I guarantee I'd be texting you, hey, you're 20 minutes late to the prop up. Where are you?
Oh, you're here at the office?
Yes.
Oh,
Sorry.
Starbucks.
I got my hair cut.
I had to get my hair. Why do you always slip into Nicadas? The voice. That's the voice you've now used to use for me. Now you use that for Nikita.
I do it for both
me
of
the
you.
other day in the car. You did it almost more of a breathy thing when I said, "What did I say?" And you're like,
I don't know.
It was almost like a whisper now. It's like I'm getting quieter as I get older.
By the way, just so
By and
this,
by.
this is a compliment to you.
I can't believe it. It's crazy.
Our new employee Kelly was editing.
Yes.
And I said, hey, you got that piece done? And she goes, yeah, but Hayley wanted me to make some changes. And, there's a couple of things that she wanted me to do. And I said, okay. She goes, do you want to look at it just in case? And I go, yes, I do. So that's all she said. That's all she said. And then
I'm happy with her. It's you doubting my editorializing.
I just want to make sure you're on the.
Oh, okay. Sure.
So anyway, we go through the whole thing. I go, okay, cut here, do that. And then she goes, that's exactly what Hayley said.
Huh.
So how about that?
No, you're not complimenting me.
That is
you're
a compliment.
that I think like you.
Yes.
You're saying how wonderful you're becoming me.
Yes, that's right. You're that comedic style. You've learned that. That's fantastic.
I've been doing it a long time.
Yeah, with me.
Thank you for your tutelage. I'll write to you in my memoir when I pass away at the home. I hope to be in assisted living by 40. I've said this. I love help. I love to be aided. To have to do things on my own feels unsafe for me and those around me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you. You think I made good cuts, or you're just saying you're doing great?
You did the right thing.
Because it's what you would have done.
Because as I told Kelly, I said, well, there are absolutes. It's not just about style. So let me look at it. And you did. You did it exactly right.
Mine were
It was all
absolutes and
about
style.
It was all about timing, and you timed it out perfectly, yeah, to make it funnier.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next time I ask them, hey, has someone watched your piece, the final version? And they say, yes, Lee has. I'll say, ho, I'll need to watch it.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
No, you won't. Because
Yes, I
you
will.
do not want to work. You won't
I
do
do
it.
wanna
You'll be
work.
like, okay, Lee's done it. Good. That's off your list. You don't want to do that if I've done it.
Man, one compliment, and that's all I get until
Well,
it's
you were
50
fishing for more.
slashes.
Slashes?
Lashes. Like cuts me every day. Just one bit of my hair. It's really short in the back.
Oh, I forgot to send out the stress call to the employees.
It's not a stress call. I think what you're looking for is de-stress call.
Distress call. Okay.
Oh, asking the staff for funny questions and things.
Yeah, I meant to do that.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, let me do that. Will you fill?
I am so hungry right now, and I cannot wait. Guys, I'm so devastated because in our new office, there's a McAllister's on the bottom floor, and apparently they're leaving. And I've just now reignited my passion for the McAllister's Deli chicken salad. And I will be going to get that.
But that's right, they are leaving.
As soon
aren't
as
they?
this taping, we just heard from management the other day that they're leaving. I don't know if they're closing altogether or moving to a new location. Either way, I'm devastated. I'm going to have to find a copycat recipe for their chicken salad and make it at home. Because
I love chicken salad. Do you like tuna salad?
love tuna salad.
I think I prefer chicken, though. Oh, if
They're
you're doing a sandwich on white bread
Oh, okay.
or wheat bread,
Sure.
chicken salad.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed. We ate at a place the other day, and I thought I was getting tuna salad, and I just got tuna steak.
Yeah, that was
Cold.
weird. That
Which-
was weird.
I
It
guess
said it
that's
was
the
a
way you
tuna
serve
melt,
it,
which
yeah.
everywhere I've ever been a tuna melt is tuna salad
yes.
on the sandwich.
I'm
Yeah, they
like,
gave
what?
Lee a tuna steak. And it was like,
I took one bite and went, no, thank you.
yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't like that at all.
not at all. I like a sweet chicken salad or a savory. Chicken salad chick is delicious, and it is way closer to us now, which is the chicken salad place that has like 15 different flavors.
Yeah.
So maybe I could hit that up, but I'm going to see if they have a sweet one like McAllister's. It is so good. They serve it on a croissant.
Our new employee, Kelly, today ate a turkey sandwich. I said, oh, with mayonnaise? She goes, no, and I forgot to. I'm like, how do you choke that down? Because that's the lubricant.
Oh, it's the glue that holds the sandwich together. Okay. Well, you ate a whole rotisserie, or not rotisserie. Was it a rotisserie chicken?
It was.
Delicious. I'm going to eat a chicken salad sandwich, probably a salad on the side.
Okay.
Probably a big Diet Dr. Pepper because they do have that there. And it is.
So we found
So
out
good.
on the show a couple of days ago that Dr. Pepper is the number 2 selling cola in America.
They've now tied. They're tied for 2 now with Pepsi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coke is still like.
Which is a shock. And of course, it's the promotion they do with SEC football
Fanville.
and Fanville.
I remembered it yesterday on the show or the other day on the show. I was like, "What is that commercial
what'd
in
you
the
call
fake
it?
town?" I said,
Fan Town?
I said Flavor Town, which is
Flavor
actually.
Town.
Please
Fanville.
don't get after me, Guy Fieri, because isn't that what he says? Flavor Town.
I don't know, maybe.
It's him or one of the other famous chefs. I don't want them mad at me. So sorry I said Flavor Town, trademark, apologies. But yeah, it's Fanville is the fake town that all their commercials are based on.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, they've come out with the Dr. Pepper. Their seasonal flavor right now is Dr. Pepper Creamy Coconut, and I finally got my hands on one the other day. Guys, if you see that in a store, buy it. They have it in the zero sugar version and the regular. I am a zero sugar girly, but I had tasted the regular because it's all they had. Oh, Lord. So good. So good. I'd imagine it'd be a great mixer with like vodka if you're wanting to have an adult beverage as well.
By the way, I just got a text
Sure.
from my buddy Darren.
Darren, hello.
Who owns, our bourbon that sponsors our show.
Sure.
He just sent me that. That's the Venetian private cabana he's got.
Oh.
It's his wife's, Bethany's, birthday. I think
Oh.
she's just, well, I don't want to say how old she is, but anyway, she just turned a certain age.
Wonderful.
A number.
As people do.
As a round number.
Oh, she turned a round number.
Yeah, so they're celebrating.
Oh, a big celebration.
Yeah. Good
Very
for them.
nice. That
Oh,
is-
this is a good question we got from Bridget.
okay. Hit me with it.
If you could snap your finger in instant, I think she meant fingers.
Fingers. Just not, yeah.
If you could snap your fingers and instantly master any talent, what would it be? Automatically, piano. If I could sit down and play piano,
I literally was going to say that at the exact moment you did. And then I was like, well, no, he's speaking. I don't want to be rude. Now I'm mad I didn't say it because we would have said it at the same time. I instantly was going to say piano.
yes. What a penny
Oh,
dropper
wow.
that would be.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, how do women resist it? I
can't.
resist it.
You drop your panties every time you hear it.
Yes. You would just sit down and play.
Oh, I know.
Anything.
Did you ever take piano lessons as a
No.
kid? I did. I took piano lessons for years, and I could play quite well.
We couldn't afford
Not a lick anymore.
Piano. Oh,
I probably gave that up about 12 years old to play sports.
yeah.
And I regret it. And I have thought in adulthood about taking piano lessons. My 90-year-old grandmother is an amazing pianist. She played up until she retired from playing at her church after 45 years, just a few years ago. She retired as the church pianist. She played live piano for her church every Sunday for 45 years. Mm-hmm. And she still will only play by request. She doesn't play. After my grandfather died, my grandfather really loved when she'd be practicing at home, he'd come sit and just listen to her play. He loved watching her play. And so after he passed away, it made her very sad to play. And so she didn't for a long time until one time at Christmas, I asked her to play a couple Christmas songs and she did. And it kind of took the edge off. And so now she will play if we request her to. But she is just so amazing and can play by ear, can play any song from memory. And I will think, I'm like, maybe I should take that up again.
Haven't I seen a video of her playing?
Yeah. Yeah, I've taken my mom will post videos of her
look at this
sometimes.
one.
Yeah.
It wasn't your grandfather's video.
Wow.
That's a different one.
Excuse me?
It was
What?
a lovely evening they were having.
What are you talking about?
Well, I don't think it was that one.
What video?
I think it's the one that was for public consumption.
What was the private one?
Well, I don't want to talk about it.
But you brought it up.
It's private. I was just making sure I saw the public one. That's right.
You're mean. You're a bad person.
Not the one your grandfather
My
posted.
grandfather didn't post anything. What's wrong with you?
Oh, don't start.
I didn't start. What's next? Piano. Leah and I, should we take, guys, let's take a poll right now at home. Should Leah and I take piano lessons for the show? And then have a piano recital?
If I could just
You don't
learn,
think your fat fingers will do it?
if I could learn by ear, I could do that.
You can't read music?
No.
I can't really read music anymore
I mean,
either. I
could
did
read
back
it.
then.
I had to read it when I played drums.
Sure.
But it was just about counting beats.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't notes.
You don't
Unless
know,
I-
like, that's A, E, D
Unless I
sharp, D
played
minor.
timpani, then I had to figure something out. But that wasn't as quite elaborate as piano.
Yeah.
Especially, I just can't do something completely separate with this hand while this one's doing that.
Oh, yeah.
I get a little confused playing drums.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it.
I don't either.
But I would love it if I could just take a pill and be able to do that.
Me too.
If I could get, maybe I could have
Guys,
somebody.
if anyone at home has a piano pill, send it to us.
If I could get
We'll split it. My left hand will be good and your right hand will
one
be good.
of those fake pianos that I could put in my place.
Oh, and make her think you're playing. Be like,
Yeah,
sorry, I just got to get a little.
Well, there's the ice there if you're going to make a drink. And then I go, she's like, can you play? And I've already sort of memorized where the keys
Oh, yeah.
are.
So she thinks your hands are up here when it's a high note, down here a low note.
It's like one of my favorite things I did to you when we had the parking contest. We had to parallel park a big truck. Well, and you could use the devices on the truck. This was perfectly legitimate what I did.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
And like you're using the steering wheel, the accelerator, the rear view mirrors, and Hayley did all that, and she did okay. She didn't do great. Well, I told the audience what I was doing. I'm going to use the self-park feature. So I pull up, and I'm trying to mimic the movement of the steering wheel by putting my hand on top without stopping it.
Yeah.
And you lost your mind.
Because you were cheating.
That's not cheating.
We were doing old school parallel parking like you had to do for your driver's
test. That was not the name of the piece. It was parallel park. I used the equipment.
And she thanks you. Whatever, you cheated. I won. Well, I guess I should have just hired a driver then. If we could just use whatever.
No, you got to do it. You have to be in charge.
But you didn't do it.
I did do it. I was in charge of pushing the buttons.
Oh, wow. You suck. No offense. All right, one last question. Let's wrap up this doobie. I got to get my hands on a chicken salad sandwich.
It's one we've had before. What superpower would you give? Oh, would you give each other?
Oh, this is from Kelly, our new employee.
Yes.
Oh, this is good. We've often talked about what superpower we would want. My superpower, I would love to fly. And then you like invisibility?
No, I don't know because I don't think that would be used for anything good.
Yeah, sure. Okay, but what would we give each other?
Right. I would give you the power of sympathy.
Break my cold heart wide open and inject sympathy.
I would want you to be the most sympathetic creature on the planet.
Okay.
That way, I'd feel good whenever I needed something because I know you'd be there to help me.
I'd be happy to help as opposed to indignant.
Right.
As my normal indignancy. I don't know if that's a proper conjugation of that word, but okay. I would give you the power.
I wish I was in your mind right now because you could really. Anyway, go ahead. I got so many great jokes, but go ahead. What would you give me?
What great jokes of what I could say to you?
Yes.
Okay, come over
No,
here.
no. You're on your own.
I would give you the power
of
lack of sympathy.
Just be a cold-hearted.
No, just a little less than you have because you have so much sympathy. You insert yourself into situations where you're not needed. You know, like you said earlier, you have this
cold-hearted
situation.
snake would say that.
No, Lee, you can help, but you have said before to your own detriment, sometimes you make other people's problems yours to fix. And I think a lot of your time is spent thinking, God, I got to solve that problem for that person to the point where it takes up all your time and it's kind of annoying to other people.
That's just because it's your problem.
No, I'm not just talking about me.
Well, who else am I trying to solve?
Everyone that I know that you know, you're like, oh, I got to handle this for this guy.
That's not
Anytime we talk about our staff, you act as if they're children and you're like,
they are children.
I had to baby him. I'm like, he's a 30-year-old man. He's fine. You're like, no, only I can crack that nut.
That was a different conversation.
Oh, okay.
No,
I would just give you a little more time to focus on yourself. The superpower of self-care. How about that?
Okay. Well, maybe I'll have it, and then one day you'll miss me. You're like, I wonder where he is.
No, you can still help people, Lee. I'm not saying it's one way or the other. I'm saying it would help. It would just take the pressure off you. This is a problem a lot of people have, and I think it is connected to trauma where you think you take on everybody else's problems as your own when they're actually not. And if they need your help, they'll ask, or if you can do something nice to help that person.
They don't know to ask.
But it's a control thing.
They're stupid.
They don't know to ask me to solve their problem that they're fully capable of handling.
I have to control it so it's done right.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Wow. You're right. You don't need to ease up.
I don't.
Sure. All right, guys, that is the Lee and Hayley Overtime Podcast this week. Thank you so much for listening or watching. Once again, you can watch the video version on the Kentucky Sports Radio YouTube channel. Thank you to our friends at KSR for hosting us on their podcast and video platform. Listen wherever you get your podcasts. Please subscribe and rate and leave us a really nice review. It really, really helps with our numbers. And we just really appreciate it.
And by the way, go see our friends at Shun Lee.
That's right.
Which, if you go to their website, they've got a handy little device right on the front page where you can book a reservation. Like right now, if I wanted 7 p.m. for 2 people, we could go tonight. Anyway, Shun Lee is so delicious, and you're going to love it with all your favorite traditional Chinese items that you love, whether it's from the sea, lettuce wraps,
they've got
from
a great
the sky.
Yes, a great bar atmosphere as well.
Yeah. Kung Pao
Great
shrimp,
cocktails.
pan-seared branzino and rice.
I love branzino.
Wine sauce.
So this is an upscale Chinese restaurant. They're going to have your favorites that you have loved for your whole life, but they've got some upscale turns on delicious Chinese
It is upscale,
cuisine.
but it's not crazy prices either. I mean,
no,
it's
I'm just saying it's not
reasonable.
like sometimes I think people might. Yeah, it's just nicer Chinese food.
I love the sweet and
And
sour
it's in a great
chicken.
location.
Kung Pao chicken I've had is so good. General Tso's chicken, the Szechuan style chicken.
Love it.
All of that stuff is so good.
it.
And again, dinner hours are between 4 and 9 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. And again, located on Woodland Avenue, right off of Main Street, essentially. Go see our friends over at Shun Lee.
That's right, downtown Lex. Thanks for listening, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next week. Bye.